Sal DeMarco here. This is going to be your Wednesday video report. Free pick coming up on San Diego and Arizona in just a moment. Happened to see today that the NFL owners are starting to meet to discuss the possibility of extending the NFL regular season from 16 to 18 games. You talk about a hot button issue. I can tell you a couple of groups that are going to be really happy if that happens. That, of course, every sports book in Vegas, every sports book offshore as well. Do you realize the millions and millions of dollars extra in revenue that will produce in Vegas? Do you realize the perhaps billions of dollars 2 more regular season games will produce for offshore sports books? And let's face it, the preseason is a total joke. You know, since 1978, that's when they cut down, I think, from 6 games down to 4 games. I mean, I remember as a kid, they used to play 6 games. And years ago, I'm talking, 15 years ago, at the early outset of my career in this business, then at least the preseason was worth betting on. You had some games, first couple of weeks, where the starters actually did play. But the whole NFL has changed. The whole attitude of how the players come into shape, or come into camp in shape, that has changed as well. With all the OTAs, with all the money being made, it's not like the old days where these players used to have part-time jobs during the summer and then have to use training camp to get in shape. These guys are in shape. And over the last 10 years or so, we all know the first 2 preseason games are pretty much a crapshoot and worthless. And that's coming from me, a guy who just gave you Tennessee easily over Arizona on Monday night. And we all know that coming up here in week number 3 is really the only worthwhile game to bet on, because then you've got your starters playing a half to 3 quarters. Of course, the NFL owners, they want to have those 2 extra regular season games. It would be the greatest thing for the public, especially for those that have season tickets that are forced into buying those ridiculous preseason tickets that most teams charge the exact same amount as they do in your package purchase as they do for the regular season games. That certainly would be a benefit. Of course, players want more money because they're viewing it as that their potential career longevity could be shortened because they've got to play 2 extra games, extending the season. They know that the preseason is pretty much a vacation. But when you think about it, the whole idea of packing up your team and going to a local university or college, or as Jerry Jones does, 2 different cities every preseason, for camp, I mean, it's so archaic anymore. And, they've got to do something to change this, because with all the money, and that's what the bottom line is, it always comes down to the money that you're getting for the TV packages, the money that the players want, the money that the owners want to make, the additional money by having the 2 regular season games added. They're going to work this out one way or another. Sports books are going to be happy. Gamblers are going to be happy. Truth be told, handicappers are going to be happy as well. Listen, the NFL is still, I don't care what you say, the NFL is still the easiest sport to bet on, because you've got so many games and you've got teams that you can track week in, week out. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to win every single year. I know I've won 8 straight football seasons, college and pro combined. No guarantees in gambling. No guarantee that I'll make it 9 in a row this year. But to me, still, when you can cherry pick out of a 14-game slate on a Sunday in the NFL, that one game that you can always find a bad line, to me, that still makes it the easiest sport to bet. It's also the sport that has the most information available. You know what's going on in practices. You know who's injured. It's just so much easier than any other sport. That's the bottom line. Okay, let's get to your free pick today. Now listen, guys, last night I used the Padres on the run line as a premium pick, and it was a winner. So it should tell you something that I'm going to give you away the Padres on the run line today for free. Because remember, a free pick is not one that I am betting on. But I still think the San Diego Padres on the run line worth a shot tonight. But the caveat again, I'm not personally betting on it. And I used the Padres last night, okay? But the Padres have won 8 in a row at home against Arizona, 7 games this season. They've won them all. 5-0 shutout last night. They've won 5 straight, 13 out of 16 at Petco Park. Wade LeBlanc, the rookie pitching for the Padres tonight, he is another one of these guys who has the home-road split differential I always talk about. A guy who obviously is protected or enjoys pitching at Petco Park, a pitcher-friendly park. His last start at Milwaukee on Friday at Miller Park in the Dome, he was rocked, giving up 7 runs in 3 1/3 innings and a 10-6 loss by the Padres. But that's to be expected. Look at his road earned run average this year, 5.37. His home ERA in 12 starts at Petco, 2.59. Nearly 3 runs better pitching at home. But look at the ERAs for a guy like John Garland, a veteran as well. You'll find the same road-home split for a Padres pitcher. He has a 1.64 earned run average in 2 previous home starts against the Diamondbacks. Tony Saunders, very strong in his first 2 starts after being acquired by the Diamondbacks from the Angels and the Dan Herron trade. But he's lost his last 3 starts, working 6 innings in each of them, giving up a total of 26 hits and 13 earned runs in those 3 starts, covering 18 innings. The Diamondbacks have lost 4 of his 5 starts since his acquisition. So again, I'm going to go with San Diego on the run line. Straight up, they're laying like $1.75. But I'm going to take them on the run line here, minus 1.5 runs at $1.30 underdog price. San Diego plus $1.30 on the run line. Your free pick for Wednesday. Catch you again, guys, on Thursday.